Good morning, everyone. Today we're checking out a brand new video from Death Battle about Spider-Man vs. Deku. It's Marvel vs. My Hero Academia, Miles Morales vs. Ezekiel Midoriya. Let's hop in and see which of these young protagonists can be the top protagonist.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
A death battle. Let's go.
Alright, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who
Unfortunately, this is not who we're actually using.
knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe
talking
filled
about
with
Miles
super
Morales.
soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles.
The death of his uncle! Why is that the canon event in everyone's timeline? It's always the death of an uncle.
His turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And
Oh,
you
that's
can't
how it's
forget
done.
that
Okay.
classic spider sense, an
Wait a minute.
internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete
that's
without
pretty nice.
their web shooters. Given to him by Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Projectiling.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher, though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
Hey.
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner so awkward. All that trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately,
You think that's awkward? There's literally one Spider-Man timeline where his Aunt May was hooking up and I think at one point got married to J. Jonah Jameson's father. That's right, his aunt was getting it on with the father of the man who was calling him shit. Boom! That's a family reunion.
has had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents! Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to
That was
eye.
Wheels.
And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with
Electrokinesis.
genetic mutations.
Nice.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez,
Oh,
what
that
kind of
is
spider
cool.
was this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linnaeus, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to
Ooh.
hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
So that's
well,
what it
whatever
is.
kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived
Oh.
all sorts of beatings, including
Damn,
a
okay.
building exploding on top of him.
Oh geez, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. a blast that
Holy
would have
shit.
equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's getting kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda
bad.
himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and
The
tough
Black
metal can
Panther.
absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough that
Nice.
Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City.
Oh,
That's
damn.
twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him
Okay.
huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappy.
Come on now.
Here, it's your classic
go.
shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities,
Anything wrong with
Miles
it?
has more than managed to live up to his predecessor. No longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's
Oh,
him
that's
and
good.
Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend the multiverse.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people,
But that was Penny Parkle.
dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot
That's Spittles, man.
out of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who
Truly.
they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero.
That was Spider-Man.
But what
Now on
is
to
a hero? To the citizens of Japan, there was no one more synonymous with the word than their symbol of peace, All Might.
The big numero uno. With a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so
So he was heel.
it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All for One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone
Correct.
is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the
Deku.
good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk. Until he
Explosions.
got the chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy of All Might's torch.
And so, after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power
One
allows him to
for
boost
all.
his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales, and soccer.
Mostly Detroit. I'm sorry.
Or
Funny.
football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow, on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though.
Oh, completely shattered his arm, as you can see, straight up to the shoulder.
Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's
Oh, it
power
does.
was so great that the recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he
The
may
Deku.
have taken
Nice.
too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself.
Oh.
Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So
Oh,
to cut
God.
down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages.
Oh, there
using
you
it
go.
for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger limb
Nice.
that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack
Tenya
in more
Ida,
of a
yep.
punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All for One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon lord.
But he didn't have to do it alone. Just as All Might had passed One for All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master.
And
One for
so
All
on and
was a
so
power
on.
that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One for All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against
vestiges.
All for One.
Okay.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils to swing around and restrain foes. They can also brace his arms and manually control his muscles if he can't move.
Ooh,
Float
there you
allows
go.
him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Oh,
Danger Sense
yes.
detects incoming threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats. Familiar?
Smokescreen
Yeah.
lets him create a smokescreen.
Obvious.
But he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
Shit.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack.
Ooh.
And can use it in conjunction with full cowling to achieve foe 100%.
My god, I need to just sit down and start watching this.
Equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero-turned-villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's
Of
bullet
course
once
you are.
crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching a target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All for One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light-speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly
Oh,
as bad
crap.
as One for All was suffocating him, though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku. So he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best.
Oh, yeah.
Having come from
The Dark Deku arc.
nothing,
Right.
his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else
Ooh, even
supported and
Shigaraki?
cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All for One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One for All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All for One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work.
Damn.
Giving a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One for All before him.
Some might
So
say
that's
he
how it
peaked
ended.
in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt.
Oh.
He even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
All with the
That's
help
pretty
of
good.
his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
So he really did follow in All Might's footsteps. And when All Might retired, he eventually got the Armored All Might suit, aka the Iron Might suit, and he eventually got his own. What would you call it? The Iron Deku suit? The Iron Deku? No, that just doesn't sound right. Sure, there's something for it in the fandom.
Hello, it's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know what you're asking. Benjamin, what are you wearing?
I like that shot.
Dummy thick.
Yes, that's our mechanical menace Mecha Goose pulling down the trunks of poor Dummy. Our new summer line of merch is available now on deathbattle.gg for a limited time. Website members can even get this in a unique color scheme. And there's a hat. I like the hat. I know what else you're asking.
I like the shirt.
Benjamin, why did Wiz build robot butt cheeks on Dummy? I don't know. Get your cheeks at www.deathbattle.gg.
Oh, the answer would be obvious. Because Boomstick needs something to kick. Alright, here we go.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Now, before we actually get into it, to place a bet on who could win, I'm actually not sure. Of course, the Deku in this is going to be when he has All for One and the Quarks and all of that, but I'm just not sure who it could actually be. Both of them are incredibly powerful for their respective universes, and both of them have fought people that can move at light speed, or can move at light speed themselves. All I can say is, let's hop in and see who can actually win this. New York City. Good comic style for this opening part.
Huh?
Oh, damn, right into the animation.
You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you! Care to show me what you can do?
All right, new guy. First lesson, don't watch the mouth.
Don't
Watch the
no.
head.
Now watch mine! Delaware! Smash!
Delaware smash. Yep.
Let's try that one more time.
Ooh. Starting off pretty well.
Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else.
Oh,
Gross!
he was preparing the barge in.
Skills, man. I like that.
Broken.
Oh,
Okay, that's one thing that is definitely going to lead to Miles' downfall. He doesn't make the web fluid himself. He has the gadgets. So if those break, he's done. Really old New York.
I moved us to an...
Really old York City. That's what it said. Yep, really old York City.
abandoned part of the city so we can go all out!
Ooh.
Because I always do my best!
Awesome.
If I'm gonna do my
Kill
best,
shit.
I gotta do my own thing.
Oh, here we go.
Sarah was right! Your quirk is amazing!
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
Ha, nice.
His suit has shock absorption, not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
Oh, yeah.
Psycho. Death Bang!
Go beyond!
Holy shit! That vibranium limit, that's what did him in.
Spider-Man,
You really
you
are
really are
ultimate.
the ultimate.
Ass. I was trying to say badass. A frickin' ad cut me off.
Vaya con Dios, run your hoven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers,
Please.
which matched up quite evenly. unsurprisingly given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than danger sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for danger sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fa-Jin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some
That's
advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up, speed.
I can accept that.
Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible.
Oh, yeah.
So speed goes to Deku.
As for skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles
That
has
is
been
a shame.
handling everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles, and that means the
Ooh.
biggest deciding factor is raw
With strength.
And that was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all
It's
about.
literally
When Deku
known
defeated All for One,
yeah.
the energy needed to part those clouds with this punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all, so the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the
And
Falcon
it
protected
wasn't.
New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All for One was still over 600 times stronger than Vibranium's limit.
And Deku
Oh,
did
yeah.
that with One for All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the Vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
In this superpower battle,
Deku
it was
wins.
Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Alright, let's
Next
see.
time on Death Battle.
Who will be entering the arena next time? Ooh, -0 Godzilla vs. Red Hulk?
Subscribe
Godzilla
and join as a
versus
member
Hulk.
to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Oh, yes. Wait, oh, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Both of them were technically made by gamma radiation. Ooh, I can't wait to see it. Alright folks, that's going to be the end of today's video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Link to the original will be in the description below, and I'll see all of y'all next time when we flick back on. Until then, this is Fox, signing out. Peace.